Right. Sex.
But not.
Oh, and all that other stuff. Right. Okay, so in this video, yeah, we're going to talk about keeping the flame alive, which a small part of it is sex
In the bedroom.
in the bedroom.
Maybe not.
Or okay. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Check it out.
Here we are. The frequent videos.
Let's do these like every week.
We talked about it. We just didn't film
We
it.
did talk about it. We didn't film it.
There's
It's true.
2 things we talked about that we didn't
Yeah.
actually
That's
film.
okay.
So,
Here we are. We did talk about it. This is kind of cool because in like 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks,
right.
we celebrate our 25th anniversary.
Which is impossible.
It's impossible because we're 30.
That's right. And we haven't known you since you were 5.
I haven't
so-
known you since we were 5, and
married.
so we cannot have been married for 25 years and dating for 30.
It's crazy.
A little more than 30 even.
Well, I'll just preface what we did talk about already,
Right.
if we want to take those on or take on something else. So we did, how do you manage keeping the flame going through having so many responsibilities with work,
We did this one?
homeschooling, and kids? We talked about it, but we never
Oh, we haven't
filmed
recorded.
it.
Okay, yeah. How do you have more sex?
Well, no, that's
Oh.
the whole point.
How do you keep the flame alive?
And it actually connected a lot to our past video, talking about having that intentional date time, having it not just being in the
Yeah.
bedroom, because
Yeah.
your bedroom is going to be a reflection of the rest of your world. And so if you don't have it solid in every other place, it's going to show up in your bedroom.
Hang on. Say that again. Your bedroom is a reflection of the rest of your world. I haven't heard that from you before.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having rough times in relating in intimacy and in your conversation or in your ability to talk to each other and communicate, it's going to show up in the bedroom. If you're going to be close and intimate and having good conversations and all the rest of your day and the rest of your world, then you're going to feel you want to get closer and intimate and have that sexual relationship. And so I think that it's pointed.
Yeah.
And it's a telltale sign. And so
Yeah.
in order to grow your sex life, you've got to grow everything else.
Right. Yeah.
You can't just, and that's, I think that's one of the things that actually from Young Life that I learned is the 4 pillars. And it doesn't matter if it's a dating relationship or a marriage relationship, you've got your physical, mental, social, emotional connections with your partner. And if you just build the one and leave the others, your building's going to fall.
It'd be all, yeah.
And so what happens in an early dating relationship, if you enter into sex too quickly, because it's awesome and it's so like it just gets you going on it, like it just not quite addictive, but it just
Yeah.
it's so enticing that you don't build the mental, emotional, spiritual.
Right.
And so then all of a sudden this is really high and the rest are really low, and you can't sustain that. The building will fall. And so in a dating relationship with waiting to have sex until you're married, you build the social, build the spiritual and the emotional, not social, spiritual, emotional, and mental part, and you build it and build that. And of course the physical has to rise too, which is why waiting 5 to 10 years to get married or something is really hurtful too, because you need to build that physical as well. But because physical is so strong, it's going to build up quick. But those other 3 take a lot more work. And if you don't build up those 3 in a dating relationship, just build it on the physical.
So the 4 are spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical.
Yeah. That's not what I said earlier.
Right. But the physical one, I think that what we can lock ourselves into is that it feels like, not only is it, rewarding, pleasurable, but it also feels like you're connecting on other levels.
On all of them.
Right, on all
That
of
is
them.
an easy
It's
way
like,
to
this
do all
just,
of them.
this just covers everything.
Yeah.
Until you get out of kilter.
Yeah.
And you start to realize that the foundation is faulty.
It's shaky.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you start to tilt.
But if you build that strong foundation, then you're not worried about like, oh gosh, there's just so much like performance and adequacy and like
Body image.
body, like
Yeah.
all of it is tied in, and if you don't have that strong foundation, it's just going to end up
Yeah.
crumbling.
Intimacy in other
Intimacy.
areas, and not just intimacy, but just practical day-to-day, like doing life together,
Yeah.
being connected to each other, fighting for the same things rather than against each other,
Right.
right? You know, back to back with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
just giving it the honest time.
that's
So-
good. We had actually a couple good conversations. Is that which wild animal is that we're raising? I think that's our daughter.
I told them
Throwing
all.
away. I think we might be getting long. There's an outside chance that it's not even recording anymore.